This video is showing a timeline and an analysis of the opening credits and title of our film The Unconventional Truth. At 2 seconds into the film, we have the production company come in for Dark Knight Productions. I thought this works really well. As it comes in first, you immediately know the company that is behind the film, and the use of the flickering light on the Dark Knight Productions creates the effect that mirrors the image that is on the left hand side of the light of the street lamp. Then, 10 seconds in, there's a focus features animation that comes in. This is used to make the look more professional and to show the audience who is distributing and co-producing the film. At 0.56 seconds, we have the opening credits come in for the film of the starring roles. The first name we're seeing is for Jake England, who plays the character of Jake. I thought that this works really well as it's centred to be in the left-hand bottom corner of the screen, so we see it really clearly as Dom walks past in the centre of the screen. Next, at 1 minute 2 seconds, we see Rosie Vega come in onto the same position that Jake England was in. I think this works really well as it kind of shows a tracking shot of the two legs of Dom and Rosie walking towards the doors in school. By having her name at the bottom here, we easily see that she's the femme fatale and the main female within the film. Also, by having her legs there, we can see that this is obviously going to be her. At 1 minute 8 seconds, we have the Produced by Toby Harvey come in the left-hand centre of the screen. I think this works really well as we see the two characters of Dom and Scarlett, who's played by Rosie, on the right-hand side of the screen as they walk towards us in a tracking shot. Then, at 1 minute 16 seconds, we have Produced by Dom Simmons on the right-hand side of the screen. I think this works really well as it moves up the screen just as it pans up to reach Rosie's face. This creates a good effect as we see that their characters are also linked together, and it's a good way of revealing the femme fatale. At 1 minute 20, we have edited by Harry Nichols on the door frame that is seen between the two characters of Scarlett and Dom. I think this is really effective as we can see it as in a clear panel that is cut out through a door, so it's easy to read, and it also does not come between the audience and looking at who the characters are that they can see. At 1 minute 31 seconds, we have the character of Michael Vega at the top, who plays the role of Scarlett's dad. We have this on the top right-hand side corner of the screen. I think this is really effective as it does not take away from the characters that we can see as we're more interested in them, yet we can look to it and we can still see the person's of Jake's face. At 1 minute 44 seconds, we have the name of Gary Simmons, which is on the right-hand bottom corner of the screen. I think this is really effective as it comes up as Jake is putting his bag on, so she's a match on action shot, but also sees the name come up as well for another character. However, I think we could have done this to make it clearer, as the black stripes down the lockers kind of detract from the writing that's at the bottom, makes it slightly more difficult to read, although we can still read it just. Next, we see a mid-shot of the character of Scarlett sitting in a room with Venetian blinds behind her, showing a stereotypical convention of film noir, and we see her positioned on the left-hand side of the screen and the name of Dom Simmons, who plays the role of Dom, on the right-hand side of the screen. So I think it's really effective as it's against a complete white background, so it detracts from it completely and contradicts one another with the two different colours. And finally, at 2 minutes 4 seconds, we have the title of our film, The Unconventional Truth. This is positioned in the centre of the screen, but just slightly to the right, which gives off the effect that the plot of the film is not as straightforward as it may first seem. Also, by having the writing black and red, it detracts and contradicts the black writing that is ran throughout of the characters' names and who edited and produced the film. So we show that this is easily seen to be the title of the film. I think it's really effective also as it's against the phone screen that Jake is holding, so it detracts from it contradicts the idea of purity as it shows the red and black writing representing and symbolising the idea of death and danger.